Travel west 2-day air safari to Lake Eyre, also known as Katy Thander, which is a large, usually dry lake in the northeastern part of South Australia. It holds the title of the lowest point in Australia, sitting at about 15 metres below sea level. The lake itself is a salt pan, and it rarely fills with water. It only does so after significant rainfall in the surrounding catchment area, often leading to a spectacular transformation. When it does fill, Lake Eyre becomes a vast shallow inland sea, attracting wildlife and bird life. It is an important site for migratory birds, particularly pelicans, and a popular spot for sightseeing by plane, as its size and the surrounding desert landscape create a striking view from above.
Sorry to interrupt, Graham. Everyone from the flight deck, shortly we will be beginning our descent into Birdsville. We're aiming to have you on the ground about 20 past the hour. As you can see, we are fortunate the weather has cleared up for us. We're expecting mostly smooth approach, a couple of bumps as we do get a little bit close, so just make sure your seatbelt is fastened. And at this time I'll ask the cabin crew please prepare the cabin for landing.
This is all red country normally, but it's got so much grass, etc. on it, it's quite amazing. Some good tucker down there too, blue bush and also salt bush. They have a thing out here called bladder salt bush, which is really good for sheep and cattle, etc. You will see the Diamantina River narrow down into one channel as it goes past Birdsville. But lunch will be when you get back on the aeroplane. So at the Information Centre Gallery there is an exhibition about Birdsville.
we were told is one drink, one ticket per drink. Oh. So you don't have any extras? Don't speak.
Right-hand side, you can see forward. Well, that is the inlet where all that water, remember I said about the Callicooper, the Warburton and the Magumba River? That's where they've joined together, narrowed down, and that's flowing in. And just the other side of this main inlet, that's where the dark line is, the Warburton Groove. Doing these flights in 2009. Deb and I happened to be in Birdsville with two guests. We'd taken them out, we'd gone and mucked around in the Simpson Desert, etc. And I was at the fuel station and I said to the fuel guy, what's all the aeroplanes around? He said there's water in Lake Eyre, and all these people were buzzing around wanting to go to Lake Eyre. And I'm going to get into depths after when we get down the bottom end. So back to the little story of these things. 2009, 10, 11 and 12, when we first started doing Lake Eyre flights, those 4 years we did 65 flights out of Brisbane, 27 flights in 2010. This water's not very deep just here. It'd be a couple of feet, 3 feet at the max. Yeah. Colours are beautiful with the cloud. You are lucky having cloud today, believe it or not. We came here one time and it was raining and all the people are going, you're kidding. And I said, my God, you people, I've never seen rain. You're one of very few to see rain at Lake Eyre. Yeah, very, very fortunate. We came last year and there was no water in Lake Eyre. But I'll tell you that story after when we get a little bit further down the bottom. Yeah, so right hand side, you can see Cooper Creek wandering through the hills. And then you'll see you can see the man-made, not the man-made, it's made Hector Island, and that's on your maps. Left-hand side you will see Lake Eyre South down there. Pretty hard to pick up at the minute with the cloud and stuff. Joining the two, Lake Eyre South and Lake Eyre North, and we'll show you this tomorrow, we'll be closer to it, but it's Goyder Groove, 22 kilometres long. Right hand side, the top side of Hutt Peninsula, and coming over Jackbird Bay as well. Right hand side you can see Dulhunty Island up there, and a lot of pelicans will be there breeding. We don't want to see pelicans in this aeroplane. 15.5 metres below sea level. And we're over Belt Bay now. These guys will do a gentle turn around, so that we can have a look on the left hand side at Silk Reed Island.
Thank you. Did you want any sugar with that one?
left hand side looking right across at Lake Eyre South, right across over there, sort of back a little bit, that big white area. That area's white because of the salt, correct. You can see why that young fellow got the horizon mixed up, can't you? It's a bit scary. We've chartered Cessna caravans out of Birdsville. When we're doing bus tours out here, we charter a Cessna caravan. Those bigger planes in Birdsville were Cessna caravans. And if you get a float plane pilot that understands the difference between the horizon and the level, and we've flown below sea level a number of times on this lake. This cloud is excellent, I must say. Really, really lucky having this cloud. The left-hand side, that little bay that I was talking about, that's where you drive to. Remember some people died out there, some foreigners died a few years ago, got bogged. Yeah, so tomorrow we're going to swing back over Lake Eyre on our way to and follow Cooper Creek along. Over the Innaminka track in a little minute, you'll see it, and you'll see the old Garn railway line running along with the track, and there's still sleepers and dog spikes and things. People pick them up, burn them and that. Yeah, we're not there yet. When we get there I'll show it to you. Lake Eyre Yacht Club. So yeah, so the local countrymen don't want anyone on their lake. East, the northeast, and I'll point out where that Goyder groove is, the Goyder channel, and that's named after George Woodruff Goyder. Remember Goyder Lagoon? Anyone know the Goyder line in South Australia? Tracy Lutton 74, Deborah 71, George 35, Gail is 28, Ian is 29, Christine 31, Thea 41, Robin 69, Nola 40, Mervyn put it under the bus. Then we'll drive to the hotel, hop out, pick up the keys, and then go down to where the rooms are. Where I pick the keys up is where we're having dinner tonight, 6 o'clock, buffet, and also breakfast tomorrow morning from 7 o'clock. Okay, so we'll go down to where the accommodation is. I will have the keys. Tell me your number, I'll give you the key, see Debbie, and Debbie will point to which block of units your room is in, and you'll take your luggage. Tomorrow morning after breakfast we want to try and get away at around 8 o'clock. Yeah, so right hand side as you come around, that road travels north, and if you're driving around in this country, which I really recommend that you should, there's a number of lookouts that you can look over at Wilpena Pound, but definitely flying is the best way to see it. You've got to walk from there on, but you can see those glamping tents down there left hand side, and they're the flash ones. The Rashid family used to own it, but they sold out to the Indigenous Land Council. We used to stay there some years ago on our tours, but now that it's changed hands, not as good, so we don't stay there. The highest peak in the Flinders Ranges, coming up left hand side, St Mary's Peak, 1171 metres high. It's the highest peak in the Flinders Ranges, but not the highest peak in South Australia. Just there left hand side is St Mary's Peak, and the guys will do a turn and we'll come back. Yeah, so and right hand side you can see those tracks down through there. A really, really good drive is down through Brackena Gorge. Yeah, a massive, massive big river red gum trees. Yeah, it's a fantastic place to be. We're flying over Madigan Gulf at the moment. Left hand side further out, a really good view of Belt Bay. Right in the distance is Belt Bay. This side the water you can see is Jackbird Bay and Hunt Peninsula, and the next peninsula is Babbage Peninsula. And it was near here, we're almost over where Donald Campbell had his 22-kilometre runway to do the world land speed record, 1964, 17th of July, 403 miles an hour. He actually went faster, but he wasn't within the taped 22-kilometre runway, so they couldn't count it. So Lake Eyre North area, 8,500 square kilometres. From the top to the bottom, 144 kilometres. So that's like from Brisbane to Toowoomba. And how wide? 77 kilometres wide. If you get out in the middle of this, you can't see anything. And remembering Moomba's going to come up on our right hand side, and there's lots of upset within all the Moomba community because of the water everywhere. Cooper Creek, massive amount of water flooded out everywhere through all their installations. Ramsar site right here, we're flying over it at the moment, and that is 5 million acres of wetland protected area. Yeah, there's a council down in Brisbane trying to allow a developer to build on a Ramsar site, and the council shouldn't allow that, of course. I mean, and that's, I don't know what's happened or where that's up to, but it's upsetting quite a few people. Yeah, when they probably shouldn't be doing that. But have a look at Ramsar when you get home. It's a pretty interesting thing. There's lots of, like I say, 68 sites in Australia, but this is the largest, the Innaminka, or it's Coongie Lake's Ramsar site. Lake Eyre Desert out on the right hand side. Interesting with the Lake Eyre Desert, so the Gammon, remember the Flinders Ranges and the Gammon Ranges, prevailing wind blowing from the west in 74 was just over 6 million litres a second. In April this year, they estimate the water going past Innaminka just over 10 million litres a second. That was the volume, way above 74, but not the amount. In 74 it just went for weeks and weeks and weeks. This one wasn't going for weeks and weeks and weeks, and that's why it's not expected to put the full amount into Lake Eyre. I can see Innaminka Station just on the other side of the creek. There's a big water hole down there. Well, this side of that is where you'll see Innaminka Township if it clears. That's Innaminka Homestead, those buildings that you can see now, and that got flooded. You might have seen that on TV. That got flooded fairly badly. But this side in the red country is where you'll see Innaminka Township. There'll be a lot of flood out country on the right hand side very, very shortly. Anyone heard of Steve Fawcett? Budweiser beer man? Went on a balloon trip all around the world. That's where he landed, up here on Durham Downs. Yeah, he's not alive anymore. He was doing some other stuff and he crashed over near Arizona or somewhere. I don't reckon they ever found him, did they? Yeah. I have not heard that they found the wreckage and him. Oh yeah, right hand side, check that out. It's a channel, the main channel of Cooper Creek there, and massive amounts of beautiful green. That was all water earlier on this year, and it'll come up on the left hand side in a little minute as well. As you can see, those clay pans got a fair bit of water in it, but you'll see it open out directly, and you'll be looking up to Durham Downs Homestead.